Hello. What we're going to look at in this video is a test run of a very special Stephen Girard standard gauge train that we special ordered, put on pre-order out of the 2011 N3YH and Lionel Tinplate Catalog. If you're not familiar with standard gauge trains, these are very large. For comparison here, the small yellow caboose you see at the front edge of the layout is HO scale, and it's almost 5 inches long, including the couplers. The 392 black and brass engine you see here in standard gauge is 27.5 inches long. If you let me get these out of the way. Also, for comparison, to help give you a better understanding of the size of these if you've never seen them, here is a standard 12-ounce soda can. As you can see, these trains are quite large. The Stephen Girard train was available several ways through the catalog if you pre-ordered, or if your nearest dealer ordered the train for resale. You could get the cars and the locomotives in either brass trim or nickel silver trim. When it comes to standard gauge, brass trim is the only thing I've ever bought. I like it the best. It's what my grandfather had. It's what I started with, so that's what I buy. I've never bought any of the nickel silver trim trains as far as standard gauge or O gauge tinplate was concerned. Now, the engine you see here was one of the two options you had for the standard gauge Stephen Girard. You could set the train up with either the number 9 electric box cab locomotive or the 392E you see here. And again, the 392, like the cars, was available in nickel silver trim or brass trim, so you could match the trim on your cars to the engine that you bought. The engine I have here does have the proto sounds, as you hear. They were available proto sounds or traditional. I like the proto sounds, and if you're ever with the proto sounds, if you're having one of those days where you like the way it was in the 20s and 30s when they didn't have sound, there's an adjustment on the bottom of this locomotive. You can turn the sounds off, so it's just like having traditional. So you get the best of both worlds in one engine with the proto sounds. Turn them on when you're in the mood for them, turn them off when you're not. The sound system on these things, as you hear, are very impressive. The steam chuff sounds, the cylinder leak downs, pressure release valves, feed water heaters, water pumps, lubrication systems, all those sounds are all captured here, and all go off randomly when you're sitting in idle like this. There are some extra sounds that are controlled on the transformer. For example, when you're getting ready to leave a station or pulling into a station, you have the bell, and you can turn this on or off, just a push of a button on the transformer. And the horn is just the same. You press a button on the transformer whenever you want the horn. The horn on these, you do get some extra sounds with it if you hold the horn longer. For example, that's approximately a 5-second hold on the horn. You can hear the water pump going off in the background right now, as well as the crew talk. There's dozens upon dozens of crew talks and things the crew says, and they're all random play. Back to the horn though, if you hold the horn button longer, you get yet a different additional sound. So again, there's lots of options, and these are great trains to play with. They have lots of built-in play value. On this particular Stephen Girard train, the Stephen Girard cars, you start with a base 3-car set now. It used to be a 4-car set in earlier production runs. They've broken that down to a 3-car set now, with the 4th car being an add-on car to the set. For the 2011 catalog, this is also the first time they've offered a matching baggage car for this set. So what we did for our train, we got the 3-car set, the extra add-on coach, the Philadelphia car. We picked up 2 of those cars, as well as 2 of the baggage cars. So we have a total of a 7-car train. Now there's no way I can easily show you the whole train in one shot, but if you look over here into the background off to the right, you'll see this train wraps all the way around my small test loop here. The whole train board on my test loop here is only 11 feet long, and with the 392 engine and the 7 Stephen Girard cars, this is about a 13-foot long train. So very impressive looking train. We'll go ahead and run the train around here a little bit so you can see as each of the cars goes by, and also as you hear the sounds are synchronized to the turning of the drivers. So the sound system is just incredibly impressive with these. The second train you'll see in the background here as this works its way around the loop is a Pennsylvania 384 train set. We did make a separate video for the basic 384 set, and I have enough extra add-on cars to make that a 5-car train. We are seriously considering offering these trains for sale on eBay. For my personal situation, I can only afford enough space and funds to collect trains in 1 scale at a time, and I believe I'm going to go to strictly O-scale 3-rail, both Mike's Train House and Lionel. So if you want to take a peek on eBay, see if we're offering any of these trains at this time. Our eBay seller name is Steamer67, or you're welcome to get a hold of me directly at oldtoytrains@AOL.com. Go ahead and bring this in for a last view. The last sound you're hearing there, the brake squealing, when you cut the throttle back on these trains, you get that sound effect as well. And again, it just another little tidbit to show you just how impressive the sound system on these trains really is. I appreciate you looking at our video, and hopefully we'll talk to you another day.